sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. You fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star.
Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever.